McDougal here. A lot of people have been asking me what is the best mage spec for 9.2 and in the new raid. It's a good question. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do given on 4 different things. The first thing is when I walk into the raid and I don't have any set bonuses whatsoever. What will I do when I get my 2 set bonus? What will I do when I get my 4 set bonus? And what will I do when I get my 4 set plus 2 legendaries? This is my opinion. So you walk into the raid for the first time and you have 0 set pieces. What do you do? I can tell you what I'm going to do, and I'll be playing Fire. So when I walk into there, the raid for the very first time, I'll be playing Fire. It's a very good progression spec. It has Cauterize. You play Dreamweaver. It has Pod Tender 2. Combustion's a great profile both in AoE and single target, and generally if you hit that on cooldown, you're going to do alright damage, right? You just hit Combustion when it comes up, do big damage, reset it with Kindling or whatever, and then hit that button again. It has a very good Execute too, and so when I walk to the raid for the very first time with 0 set pieces, I will be playing Fire. So you get your 2 set. Things change when you get your 2 sets. So let's go ahead and have a look at some of these 2 set. I'll be swapping off Fire though, because the Fire 2 set is literally dog shit. 2 extra seconds to combustion is fucking awful. It's really, really bad. And the other mage specs, respectively, both Arcane and Fire, provide better 2 set bonuses. So depending on the style of fight, I'll be swapping to either Arcane or Frost. The Frost 2 set is decent and the Arcane is also decent. I may play for more single target orientated 45-second burst with ads sort of style gameplay. Arcane will probably be the best spec, and Frost for, I mean, even single target, I know Frost is doing well, especially with Venthyr, and then, you know, any sort of hectic cleave, Frost is going to be extremely good. But the big takeaway is when you get your 2 set, probably swap off Fire if you're going to take, you know, do what I'm doing is play Fire at the start. You get your 2 sets, swap off and play whichever one you prefer. Both Arcane and or Frost have better 2 sets than Fire. Okay, so you finally get your 4 set. Congrats. What spec to play? This depends again on the style of fight, but all 3 specs become, you know, viable for different reasons. Fire, I think I'll play Fire when I get my 4 set. I think I'll play Fire if there's any sort of patchwork fight. I'll probably play Venthyr Fire. I love the gameplay with SKB. It feels really fun, even, you know, with the 4 set feels really fun. This was nerfed by 50%. It felt a lot more fun before, but it's still really good. So for any sort of patchwork style fights, I'll probably be playing Fire. And the other 2 specs are really good too, with you know, the additional duration on Touch of the Magi and the and the extra damage for Frost. Depending on the fight, I may play Frost for the same reasons I mentioned before. Hectic cleave, 2 target cleave. I'll probably swap to Frost, and an Arcane for anything in between. Depending, so this is, you know, keep in mind that this is from a prog environment, right? So it depends. I might play a combination of all 3 when I get my 4 set. Okay, so you've got your 4 set, now you've got your double legendary. What spec? First and foremost, Fire gains the least from double legendaries. So keep that in mind. Whereas Arcane and Frost gains the most. Frost has a lot of options with Necrolord, with Venthyr, with Night Fae, and man, you could even throw Kyrian in there. It's not half decent. Not half bad. Arcane gets tons out of their 2nd legendary, and that'll probably be the spec that I play the most of. Depending again on fight, you know, we always say this just depends on the style of fight. But I think that Arcane getting the most out of their set bonuses plus the double legendary will be the play for me. I like the play style. So I'll probably swap to Arcane when I get both of those things. Things like Fire and Frost are still viable. I think Frost slightly more than Fire. I think Fire gains the least out of double legendaries. Moving on. Takeaways. I mean, just in a nutshell, when I have 0 legendaries, I'm going to play Fire. Then I'm going to swap when I get my 2 set to either Arcane or Frost. When I get my 4 set, I'm going to play maybe a combination of 3, depending on the fight. And when I get my 4 set plus legendary, double legendaries, I'll probably hard swap Arcane for the rest of the tier, given nothing changes. If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you think I fucked up in the comments, because I do all the time, don't forget to leave a comment down there too. Again, good luck in the raid. Good luck getting your 4 sets, your double legendaries. Have fun, and I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.
Super Idol 的笑容都没你的甜，8月正午的阳光都没你耀眼，热爱105度的你，滴滴青春的蒸馏水。